Blessings. Welcome to today's Law Enforcement Daily Devotional, where we take the truths of God's Word, specifically the ones that apply to law enforcement, and we try and bring them to light, to put them in our lives, to carry them out, to be wise in the words that God gives us, and demonstration through the walk to our communities and to other law enforcement officers. Today our read was in Genesis 12 through 14. And there is a wonderful truth in here that I thought we needed to be reminded of. It's always good to get a reminder of one of God's truths. And this one is found in a couple of places in the Bible, although sometimes it's not always easy to recognize. We saw it with Adam and Eve when Satan tempted them with the fruit. We see it again here when Abram and Lot are standing on a hill and they're looking at this vast, beautiful land. And some of the backstory, I hope you read ahead, but Lot and Abram had grown so big in their flocks and herds that some of their employees were fighting and bickering with each other. So they recognized that they were too big to share this area. So they decided to divide it up. So Abram and Lot are standing on this hill or sitting on their donkeys or camels or whatever, and they're looking out. And Abram asked Lot, he said, choose, take your pick. What part of this land do you want to use? And in Genesis 13:10, Lot chooses the area he wants based on three things. First, he says he looked at the land, and the area he wanted was watered well. If you go back into Adam and Eve, being watered well means that it was good for food. Secondly, Lot said, it looks like the garden of the Lord, which equated back to Adam and Eve. It's a delight to the eyes. And third, Lot said, the land looked like the land of Egypt as you go to Zoar. In other words, it was very desirable. And it was on the way or closer to Egypt where you would go and trade with people. And on that trade route, closer to Egypt would be more desirable. So he desired this land for the very same three reasons that Eve desired the fruit that she was tempted with. So I think as a lesson, we need to look at these and go, these are red flags. When I find myself seeing something that is desirable, it just looks good to the eyes, it'll satisfy a craving. Those are red flags. Those are hints that this may not be so good for you. Not always. Some things are good. You smell dinner. It looks good for food. It's desirable. And you want to eat it, and you eat it. But there are some temptations that we know, the hair will stand up on the back of our neck, or we know in our conscience or in our spirit that it's wrong. And if we know or feel that it's wrong, and we start asking these three questions, we may find ourselves in a place we don't want to be, and we may need to get off that path and get back on God's path. Anyway, just a good reminder of a lesson today. Tomorrow's read is going to be out of Genesis chapters 15, 16, and 17. Look forward to seeing you tomorrow and seeing what God has for us as law enforcement. Be blessed and be safe.